What up, everybody? I'm up. I look sleepy. I'm tired, but I'm up. Look directly in the camera and shit. I'm here. We're gonna talk about this Easter thing that's going down in about a few minutes. Everybody is, Eastered out. I wonder how y'all feel about Easter. I know at one point in my life, I remember we used to celebrate Easter and shit, before we knew any better. We used to celebrate Easter. Easter for me was about getting fly. I didn't know anything about the so-called resurrection of Jesus Christ or anything like that. That shit was about getting fly. That shit was about going out and try to bag chicks. Now, as a kid, you did the colored eggs and you did the egg hunt and all that shit, which I knew nothing about. And the fucking Easter basket, everybody wanted a damn Easter basket. And even you had some people who used to eat them peeps things. Remember them marshmallowy shits, them peeps. But I it had nothing to do with any Jesus Christ thing. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, that never had nothing to do with my family. It was just all about just getting fly and going to Coney Island, especially if you was from Brooklyn. That was the thing. Going to Coney Island. That was the first day of Coney Island opening, and I remember like the year like 1989, 90. Going to Coney Island, you get fly and you wanted to just go fuck with some girls. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was a kid, it was just still just wanted to go fuck with some girls. And you try to get the best outfit, you try to get the best velour suit, the best fila suit, the best you know track suit, windbreaker suit, and all that shit. Used to have the Columbia suits and all that. So that's what that shit was really all about. So I'm like wondering, as you get older now, and you see this what I be want to know. Like when you have children and you teach children right and wrong, do you deprive them of what you had because you know better, or do you let them experience it and then gradually take it away from them? This is something that I always ask about with Christmas also. But I wanted to know, like with Easter and these holidays, do you take it away from them? Do you take the chocolate away? Like, do you take that away? Like, or do you just never raise, you know, do you never raise them to do this? Do you not let them color the eggs? Now, when you deal with all the shit, yeah, it has a lot to do with a lot of paganism, a lot of fuck shit, foul shit. But how do you explain that to children? This is the same thing that we go through around Christmas and all the other holidays and Halloween. When all the children are doing something, how do you tell your child? Do you tell them, listen, you're gonna color some eggs, you're gonna eat some eggs, but it ain't got nothing to do with the birth of Jesus? Do you tell them that? Like, what do you tell them and shit? Because I remember, like, you know, getting fly for Easter, that was a big thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that was some you couldn't wait to go Easter shopping and get your new sneakers and get your hat to match your sneakers. That shit was a big deal growing up as a kid. So I just always wonder, like, do you still do that, or do you take that from them? You know what I'm saying? Do you take that from them and just and then you have some people who go to church. You have some people who really believe that Jesus rose on Easter, even though Easter is a different day every year and shit. There's no possible way that he could have rose on different days. You know, I don't know, like but people believe in that. But I just really just came on here and said I ain't really holler at y'all in a minute. I ain't really build with y'all. It's almost 12 midnight, Brooklyn time. I'm tired. I walked 20,000 steps today. I think you could. Let me show you my watch. I walked 20,000 steps today. Can you see that? Yeah, I walked 20,000 steps today. So I'm like, I'm tired. I be dragging some of my homies around with me and shit, like, come on, man, let's go walk, let's go walk. Um, you know, so that's what it be and shit. So, you know, I be walking around. I decided not to wear a fucking hat today because people, you know, yo, it's somebody that be in my inbox all the time. Like I be having to block them like every fucking day. That just be stressing me the fuck out. Like, oh, you don't have no hairline and all that shit. And I'm like, who the fuck said I never had a hairline? I just like wearing hats. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. Anyway, but oh, I mean, you know, you, everybody can't be self-employed. You know what I'm saying? Self-employment is overrated sometimes, though. You know, it's really overrated. You know, when you don't, you know, when you when you when you don't earn money and you self-employed, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I always have a haircut though. My only issue is that my facial hair grows crazy and shit. So uh, somebody said I can't stand the Hebrews. What the Hebrews got to do anything? What the Hebrews do? Leave the Hebrew brothers alone, man. Like, you know, at the end of the day, man, all everybody that's all our family, man. The Hebrews is everybody's our family. You know, I think if we could get past some of these ideologies and these belief systems, you know, one thing that we do have in common is oppression. You know, so at the end of the day, you know, we definitely have to start dealing what we have more in common opposed to our differences. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they hate Africans. I think they hate the name Africans and the symbolism. And I'm not going to defend anybody because one thing I don't like doing is speaking for anybody. I don't like speaking for anybody. But I think they hate the title and what comes with African, and what is the symbolism of African when you think of African and some of the things that they believe that, you know, it's just all in belief. A lot of people go off of what they believe. Um, oh shit, what's up, homie? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, you know, I like to tell people, man, I really be walking around Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you could catch me in Brooklyn, you could catch me downtown Brooklyn. You can catch me up and down Fulton Street. I really walk around Brooklyn like all day and shit. Like, I'm home, you know what I'm saying? So if anybody ever said, yo, that nigga Doggie Diamonds don't come outside, they a fucking, y'all people could tell them that they a fucking liar. I be out all around. You know what I'm saying? I walk all around my borough. I be all over. You know what I'm saying? And I stop and talk to everybody. Anybody who be like, yo, what's good? I stop and talk to everybody, shake everybody hand, shake hand, kiss babies and shit. So anybody who say, yo, that nigga don't come outside, he be hiding, they a fucking liar. You see me on Front Street, Target, Best Buy, you know, the halal spot, going to get me bean pies. I be in Juniors, I be all over. Jimmy Jazz, Models, you see me all over. You know what I'm saying? And I just like people. I love black people. I love my people. And you know, I always walk around. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what's better than walking amongst your people, around your people? You know, you learn so much, you get to know so much from being around your people and seeing different people, especially when you build. I love building. Building is everything. That's why I like the past couple of interviews that I've done, like with the Tribe Gangster interview and certain things. You know, I provided a platform for people to really to vent and get shit off their chest. You know, a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people don't understand. But, you know, a lot of platforms are to stifle people. I'm not here to stifle people. I'm here to let people get shit off their chest and, you know, say what they gotta say. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit is real. So salute to everybody who watched the Tribe Gangster interview. Salute to everybody who watched the Emilio interview, the Ali Vegas interview. Salute to DJ Blazita who gave me the Cicero interview. She did that. I got a lot more in store. It is a problem with YouTube right now. All the advertisers have boycotted YouTube. So all the interviews that I put out, I haven't made any money off of them. You know, so I'm in trouble a little bit financially because I haven't made money off any of the interviews. All the advertisers backed out and boycotted YouTube. So I'm in trouble financially. So I got to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do because I'm not in a um I'm not in a a network. I'm not I don't have any sponsorship. Everything I'm doing is on my own. Entrepreneur. I pay for my office myself. I pay for everything myself. So it's kind of fucked up. And even I can't even do the super chat. I do have a PayPal. It's doggydiamondstv@gmail.com. So if anybody decides they want to donate, I was thinking about setting up a GoFundMe or some shit. But you know what? I believe within this black community and this so-called conscious community, dudes fuck that up so much. Taking money from y'all and not making, do on their promises. I just didn't want to be a fucking charlatan like all these other motherfuckers. But I am gonna be in financial. I'm just trying to get through it. Maybe it'll pass. You know what I'm saying? The YouTube shit. That's why I didn't the donation place is doggydiamondstv@gmail.com. doggydiamondstv@gmail.com. It's on PayPal. You know what I'm saying? PayPal, doggydiamondstv@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? So I just seen like so many people just took y'all money and just didn't do right by y'all and shit. So I was like, I don't want to be put in that box as no fucking Hotep hustler and fucking people who just taking money from them. That's fucking fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just, I don't even want to talk about that shit. But yeah, I'm here. I'm tired as a motherfucker. I look fucking tired. I walked 20,000 steps today. I walked 25,000 yesterday, and the day before that, I walked 26,000. I like to go to 42nd Street. I like to go to Times Square and walk home. You know what I'm saying? I live by the Barclays in Brooklyn, so I like to go all the way there and walk home, to get some good steps in, to get some good clear mind. I really had a personal issue that I went through. I've been going through some personal shit the last week and shit like that, like in my personal life, like some real fucked up shit, you know what I'm saying, that happened to me. But I just be fighting through shit, you know what I'm saying? I try not to make crazy posts. I try not to, really go crazy, but I do be needing a fucking an outlet, you know what I'm saying, to really vent and to really say what I have to say and get it off my chest. You know what I'm saying? But I went through some real crazy personal shit, you know what I'm saying? Some real shit. And betrayal is a motherfucker, man. And I just got really, really betrayed by somebody who, that shit is just crazy. But I might, I might speak on it one day. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fighter. I got so many people that depend on me. I got so many people who who looked to me for inspiration, and I just don't be wanting to disappoint nobody, but I'm fucking human. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I just want to crawl in a fucking ball and just like, damn, but I just keep going, you know what I'm saying? I just keep going. But betrayal's a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? It was a female, but the situation was, I thought that one of my close friends knew about something that they didn't know about. So that really hurt me. But when I spoke to him, he didn't know about the situation. So it felt good. But I think also, I know we started talking about Easter and shit, and we just all off, you know me, I be all over the place. But I think when you put too much expectation always equals disappointment, because when you're dealing with certain individuals, you're dealing with people at this level, nobody is perfect. But see, me, I'm a communicator. I'm a listener as well as I'm a speaker. So, I believe you got two ears and one mouth for a reason. You're supposed to ingest, and then when you ingest certain things, then you regurgitate or spit back out some of the things that you got. I listen a lot, and then I put shit back out. And the situation is this, that like it's some people in life that you meet and you come across and you give them so much of you, you know what I'm saying? Like you give them so much of you, and they take that shit and just like they don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck. And they play like they care, but then they just do shit. And it's just like, and then sometimes you sit there and you say, like, why the fuck did you do that? Like, what was the point of you doing that. Like, what are you getting out of doing that? And a lot of times people be on some self-preservation shit. Hurt people, and a lot of times what you did, you can build up, you can build up the perfect monster. For example, you can give somebody strength, right? You could give somebody strength, and the strength that you give them, they in turn use that shit against you. You know, because you could see somebody being done wrong, you could see somebody being mistreated, you could see somebody being abused, psychologically, physically, and emotionally, and you tell them, nah, you can't take that. You got to fight for yourself, right? And as they fight for themselves, they in turn learn to fight, but then they fight you. You know what I'm saying? And you're not even the enemy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just a learning experience to me. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's no fucking such thing as a loss. If you learn something, the lesson is the win. That's just my motto. There's no such thing as a loss. So at the end of the day, I don't feel like I take any L's because I always learn my lesson in a lot of situations, and I really do the knowledge to a lot of shit. You know, I just learn a lot of shit, and I be like, damn, like, but yo, I'm just a person that, you know, honestly, a lot of people think I'm mean and evil and shit, and I always got an attitude and shit, but I love real hard, and there ain't too many people on this earth that I do love, and when I do love people, that shit is for real. And the funniest shit is that it's just people who don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's just people who that's just going to take what you give them and be like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why people do what they do, and I just don't get it. I don't understand it because, you know, the shit just don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make no sense to do certain shit to people, you know. But then when I'm just on some, you know, buck wild shit, evil shit, it's like when you think about society and you think about life, when you think about society and you think about life, it's like the villain, the times that we're in right now, the villain is the winner. You know what I'm saying? Like when you think about, you watch Batman, you have Batman who's supposed to be the superhero, but you love the Joker more than you love Batman. The Joker makes the most sense, you know, and he's the villain. You love Bane. Bane makes the most sense. You like Bane, you know what I'm saying? So it's like nice guys finish last, you know, nice women finish last, you know what I'm saying? And you can give somebody, you know, your all, and that shit just don't mean nothing to them. It's almost like you got to be fucking crazy. No shades today, no hat today. I can walk around without my shades. I can walk around with no hat. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real with y'all. This is my secret. I wear my shades because my shades is my disguise on camera. When I'm off camera and I walk around the streets, I walk around with no shades. So people don't get that. It's like some reverse shit. And people be like, take the shades off. I want to look in your eyes. And I'll be like, yo, why as a man do you want to look into my eyes? That's very freaky and weird to me. And I don't want to look I don't want men looking in my eyes. Honestly, don't look at my fucking eyes. I don't like that. But that's you know, when I walk around like this, you know what I'm saying? And people don't recognize me. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing. But I will say to the people who've been hollering, who've been recognizing me, who've been shouting me out in the street, salute to y'all. Thank y'all, man. Like, that shit is so dope when I see black people and they be like, yo, man, you doing a good job. Thank you. That shit is fucking dope, man. I be like, damn, this is the people who I fight for and I do it for. And you know, and the love is dope. I've never met a hater in the street. I've never met anybody come up to me and say, yo, I hate what you do. Fuck you, nigga. I mean, I don't advise they do that. But I've never seen that. It's always been love and support. And anybody can tell you, if you come up to me in the street or say something to me, that love is reciprocated. I'm definitely not one of them, you know, arrogant motherfuckers who be like, fuck people or yo, whatever, and just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I have dudes that be walking with their moms or their girl and be like, yo, could we take a flick? I'd be like, yo, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know, I'm still happy And I'm appreciative that anybody gives a fuck about me. Because, like I'm telling you, the story, love is very hard to get, in this day and time, because everybody's just so standoffish and so fucking angry that when somebody shows you love, you got to accept that love, because this shit is scarce. Like, we around some evil fucking mean ass people. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why that shit is. And it's the people who you love that shows you, so much fucking anger and hate. So, but y'all up with me fucking at almost midnight. We coming into Easter. It's gonna be a lot of children out tomorrow. They're gonna have on the Easter dress. They going to church and all that shit. And do you remember when you celebrated Easter? What was it like? Like, did you enjoy it? Was it a joyous time for your life? And then when you came into, the knowledge and the truth, was you at a point where you was just like, fuck Easter and all that? Like, how was your transition from it? Because, a lot of this shit, you have to be weaned off a little bit. Like, it's tough to just wake up one day and be like, fuck Easter, I'm not fucking with it no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, how was it for you? I just wanted to know, how did you give up Easter, and how did you give up some of these holidays? You know what I'm saying? Was it tough for you? You know what I'm saying? Coloring eggs. I mean, I used to like Easter basket. I ain't gonna lie. I used to fuck with them Easter baskets. That chocolate, that shit was okay with me. And I used to eat them peeps. I ain't gonna lie. I used to eat them fucking bum ass fucking them marshmallowy the marshmallowy sugary shits. I used to eat that. I ain't gonna lie. I was a fat kid, so I ate that shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to eat that shit. But then, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have Easter dinner. You have so many things, and it was just getting fly. Like, you know what I'm saying? You definitely knew. Yeah, it said ew peeps. That shit was nasty. I used to eat that shit. I ain't gonna lie, I used to eat that shit. But remember, it was just the thing of just getting fly. You know what I'm saying? It was just getting fly. Like, like, yo, you was gonna have new sneakers, you was gonna have some new jeans, you're gonna have everything. That's what Easter was about. You know what I'm saying? And I think as black people, we hold on to traditions a lot. Like, it's passed down. You know what I'm saying? And it's we hold on to traditions, and it becomes like something to look forward to. And I think a lot of times when those things get taken away from us, that's what it kind of breaks up tradition, and it kind of makes up it. Somebody said the word, my black is beautiful, said it's a part of culture. You know what I'm saying? It becomes a part of the culture. And then one thing that you always have to remember and have to be mindful of, when you take something from somebody, you know what I'm saying, you have to replace it with something. And I think a lot of times we take away Easter and we take these things, but it's nothing replaced. And it's almost like a sense of emptiness, because if you did something, if you did something for 25 years of your life and then you no longer do it, I think when you start dissing Easter and you start dissing some of these holidays, it almost sounding like it's coming from a bitter place, because you don't put the education to it. You don't say, well, I don't celebrate Easter because blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? People will just be like, oh, the Easter bunny is stupid. What does and that's all real, right? And is that, but remember, you used to do that shit too. So one thing I try to be mindful of, just because I have knowledge of self, and just because I came into certain truths, I don't like to shit on people, you know what I'm saying, because they're not as advanced where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times we have to just let people grow in certain things. And I think right now we want instant gratification. I think we want instant everybody to wake up with knowledge of self. And that shit just doesn't work like that. It's stages with this, you know what I'm saying? It's stages with all this shit. And I think we have to let people go through their stages and without judgment. You know what I'm saying? I think we judge a lot. I think we shun people. I think we diss people. You know what I'm saying? And I think we have to let people go through their stages. You know, I remember when I used to eat pork, and I haven't eaten pork since 1990 or 91. And I used to love that shit. I used to love pork chops. I used to love bacon. I used to love ham. I never was like a fucking chitlin eating motherfucker, no fucked up shit like that, you know. But how can you get at me? Info at Doggie Diamonds TV, you know. Info at Doggie Diamonds TV, you know. And I remember just loving pork, and I remember, you know, that shit was just fucking hard to just stop eating. You know what I'm saying? That shit was just hard to stop fucking eating. And once I stopped eating, I stopped eating it. But no, even like, you know, growing up and in dating, you know, even like dating now, if I meet a particular female and she eat pork, I don't be like, ooh, you nasty, you eat pork, get off that swine and all that. I'm just like, yo, at the end of the day, that's something you ingesting in your body. I know how hard it was for me to get off pork. So I can give you the information here. Here goes the information why you shouldn't eat pork. This is why you shouldn't do it. Now, it's up to you to receive it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times I think we try to like force shit on people. And whenever you force shit on people, whenever you push it on people, they naturally reject. You know what I'm saying? They naturally get defensive and reject. But I think it's a way that I think it's a way that you have to, you know, give people shit. You know what I'm saying? I love ice cream. I'm never gonna stop eating ice cream. They got vegan ice cream. They got all types of shit. I'm never gonna stop eating ice cream. I don't care. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? I eat ice cream. I'm not gonna stop. Everybody who knows me know I love fucking ice cream. That's it. The way to my heart is to give me some fucking ice cream. You know, I'm not kissing a woman after she eat pork. No, you know what I'm saying? I read ingredients, me personally. I'm an ingredients reader. I know all the names and I know all the code names for pork. I know all the other names for pork. I'm an ingredient reader, you know, so I don't eat pork, the flesh, and I don't eat any pork byproducts. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat fucking marshmallows. I don't eat a lot of shit. I know what's in pork. You know what I'm saying? I know what pork is. So at the end of the day, somebody said you eat ass. Koku is not here. Leave that for Koku. I don't eat ass. You know, first of all, why would I put my mouth on a woman's ass? That just doesn't make any sense to me. It's so many places you can kiss a woman. Why kiss their ass? I'm not kissing your ass to get along with you. Why would I kiss your ass in any sexual way? It just makes no sense to me. But I'm not going to get into no ass eating talk. You know what I'm saying? Especially not with no man. But anyway, I don't know if you're a man or a woman. So if you're asking me, do I go down on a woman's vagina? First of all, I'm going to be real with y'all. With me personally, in my personal life, I don't kiss and tell, honestly. Anything that I do with a woman or did with a woman is just nobody's business. I don't like talking about it. This is me personally. I don't talk about that shit publicly. You know what I'm saying? Because I just think it's disrespectful. I think it's disrespectful to talk about your sexcapades publicly. I'm somebody who a lot of people watch and listen to. So if I talk about any sexcapades and I have a particular female I'm dealing with or I'm in a relationship, that shit is disrespectful because you're going to look at her like, damn, I wonder if that's the girl he said that gives good head. You know what I'm saying? I just think that that's disrespectful. I'm not into that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my thing. You know what I'm saying? That's not my thing. But all right, let's get back to pork. I don't eat pork. I don't eat shrimp. I don't eat none of those things. But at the end of it, if that's what you want to eat, listen, my grandmother's in her 80s. She's eating pork her whole fucking life. She will outwork us, outrun us, and all of that. So who am I to say pork is bad for you if she lived to be in her fucking 80s? You know what I'm saying? So we gonna say, oh, pork does this, pork does that, pork. How does pork do that to you if my grandmother's in her 80s and motherfuckers is falling out in their 40s and they don't eat pork? You know what I'm saying? Me tomorrow, what I'm gonna do tomorrow, I'm going to fucking relax. I'm going to edit. I'm going to prepare for my week. I'm going to prepare for my week. I got a lot of interviews to put out. I'm hopefully YouTube is gets over this bullshit they doing. And if not, I'm going to start a crowdfunding thing so I could be able to pay my office bill. My office bill is a lot of money. I got an office downtown Brooklyn that I have to pay for every month and shit. And it's very expensive. That's where I do all my interviews at. I don't eat shrimp because I can't eat seafood because I used to have gout when I was overweight. I used to suffer from gout. Gout is when you have high levels of purines in your body and your body doesn't digest the purines well, and then they forms crystals into your body. It's almost like an arthritic condition. So I just stopped eating steak. I stopped eating certain fishes, and I stopped eating shrimp. So once you don't eat something for a while, you have no desire for it. So that's it. So that's why I don't eat that. But before that, before I was having the gout flares, I used to eat shrimp and all that shit. But again, I'm not gonna sit here and be judgmental because somebody eat fucking pork. If you listen, you want to eat pepperoni, you want to do all that shit, hey man, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. I'm not telling people what the fuck they should and shouldn't eat. That's on you. I just don't eat the shit. And that's it. Black people love seafood. I always want to know that. What is with black people and their love for seafood? Black people love some motherfucking seafood. Red Lobster be popping, motherfucking what's the shit in City Island? Black people, yeah. Where's my trail mix? That's all I eat is. Hold on. Y'all think it's a game? Where's my trail mix? Walnut. Almond, cranberry, peanuts, seeds. Oh, raisin too. That's what I eat. They are high in calories. But I exercise a lot, so it's cool. Yo, do what works for you. Do what works for you. That's it. Everybody got to do what works for them. Yeah, I walk about like 3 hours a day. I'm never going to be fat again, honestly. I don't think my body will even allow this shit. My legs look like Channel 11s right now. I used to have big ass legs. Sometimes I look at old pictures and I'll be like, so y'all motherfuckers was around me and let me be like that and y'all was okay with that shit? And then I had some chick tell me, Yeah, but I still loved you the same. And I'm like, you ain't fucking love me. There's no way you love that motherfucker. There's just no way you love that motherfucker. No way. There's no way you love that motherfucker. It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I ain't gonna Oh, I got old pictures. Hold on. I can show y'all old pictures. This shit real. Sonetta put a video up with me. Some old shit. It was kind of foul, but whatever. I'll show y'all old pictures. Hold on. Somebody sending me videos asking me how could they start a podcast. I be giving people advice, all types of shit. Whatever. I don't feel like I have to be threatened by people. Look. See that? That's me on the right. That's on the right. Hold on. I got more. I was 298 pounds. Right now, I weigh 183 pounds. Hold on. I got more. It's a goddamn shame. I look back at them pictures. I be so fucking mad at myself. Like, what the fuck was wrong with you? I didn't know no better, though. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. That shit was, when I really look back, I was really in a bad place mentally, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I'm gonna be real with y'all, it's very easy to go back there, you know what I'm saying, at this day and time. You could really go back there. So you have to be careful. You know what I'm saying? You have to be careful because it'd be a lot of shit going on. Where the hell is all these pictures at? I don't hide them. I want them in plain sight. I forgot I deleted a lot of pictures out of my phone. Oh, here goes one too. That was me too. That was one. I lost 117 pounds. That's my before and after. That's how I look today, opposed to how I looked then. So, yeah, I was on some other shit. I did lose a person. I lost 117 pounds. You know, fucked up. I've never been a person who lacked confidence, so forget that shit. I'm still the same person as far as that. Losing weight. Two things happen about with weight loss. I know we talking about Easter, but we can talk about weight loss. Two things happen. I became nicer, I believe. And I think people try me a little bit more because I'm smaller, I'm smaller. I think people try me a little bit more. Back when I was that size, motherfuckers ain't play with me too much. Now people be thinking they could take me and shit. So that's the problem a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I be like, hold up. Don't you know I still fucking hit real hard? This is the situation that I'm in life right now. This is where I'm at. I have so much to lose right now that I just walk away from shit. Honestly, I just walk away because I got so much to lose. So I just don't deal with bullshit. When people just start their little bullshit, I just be like, yo, you know what? I don't have the time because I'm not fucking throwing everything that I worked for away for stupid shit. Now, you have people who will throw it all away. You know why? Because they didn't earn it. It was given to them. Me, I work hard for every fucking thing. Every step I take is a step that I took. I didn't get surgery. I didn't take a bunch of crazy ass pills. I could show you the vitamins and shit that I take. I take these. These are very good. These are very good. I take these every day. I take where's the other shits at? And I take this every day. So this is what I've been doing for the past month. So I just got more of these. I was taking these other ones, but they didn't really do that. I didn't really like what they did for me. I don't know where the bottle is at. Yeah, but I take these every day, and I take these. These is very good. These got vitamins, herb supplement, 90 supplements, 90 vegetarian kosher tablets, gluten free. So whatever the fuck gluten is, the way you avoid saggy skin. Let me tell you about saggy skin, because people always say, yo, how come you don't got saggy skin? The thing with saggy skin is this. I think a lot of people have saggy skin because they got surgery. So what happens is, instead of you doing your body, when you do the surgery, your body essentially kind of like starves itself. So you're not burning it. I burn it. I sweat like a motherfucker. I sweat this shit off. I was riding my bike like 12 miles. I was doing shit like, let me show y'all something. This is some real shit. Let me show y'all something. I have something on my phone called S Health. So you know this phone is a Samsung Gear. I mean, it's a phone too, but it's my watch. It's a Samsung Gear. So what happens is it's connected from my watch, and my gear is connected. So every step that I take, it goes to it goes into my watch, and then it syncs to my phone. So I'm gonna show y'all my steps and all that. Hold on. So like, hold on. You can see like today's the 15th. That's how many steps I did today. I know it's in reverse. Yesterday was a very light day for me. 8,200 was a light day. Thursday, you see how much I did Thursday? 25,000. The 12th, which was Wednesday, I didn't go outside that day. I just did DTF radio. I did 21, and Tuesday I did 24,000 steps. You know, so yeah, this is the S7, and I have an iPhone 7 too. I have two phones. You know, so I do a lot of walking. When I walk, I'm walking like fucking 20,000 steps and shit. So you know, I be out. Give me some water, and I just be out. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. Nah, I'm not getting no S8. I'm not doing all this technology shit. We not doing that. I'm good. I have a fucking phone. I have a watch. I have everything I need. I'm not getting caught up in all this technology, and they got the new S50 and all the fuck all that. They not gonna get me. I might have been born at night, but it wasn't last night. A new phone is not gonna do nothing that this phone is gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. We ain't doing that. I'm not going all crazy into this technology and this phone shit. They won't get me. They could get other people. But I'm not fucking stupid. That's what I'm saying. When does it end? When they're on like the fucking S74 and it's like, oh, you only got an S7. I'm on the S74. Listen, who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Only reason why I got the S7 because it was a new phone when I was getting a phone. Other than that, you're not gonna get me caught up in this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting caught up in all that shit. Because the average motherfucker got a phone. If you long as you could text, you could talk, you could take decent pictures. The average person is on fucking social media all day anyway. You don't need a fucking crazy phone for that. Listen, it was a point where we grabbed the phone and we fucking flipped the phone up and hit the button fucking 4 times to get a certain letter when we was texting. It's already advanced. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing all that shit. You're not catching me out there with all that. I'm not doing that. Fuck that. So, I don't know how long I've been on here. I think I've been on here for a little while. Now I use my phones. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all because I got on this phone. I have my email on this phone, but on my other phone, my iPhone, I don't really have my email on there. I honestly got the iPhone because people be on FaceTime and shit. And I think that's fucked up that I don't have no FaceTime. I don't want FaceTime just like everybody else. So I don't like the fact I was jealous of FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck that. Everybody get the FaceTime. I don't get the FaceTime. I want to FaceTime just like everybody else. So that's why I got that shit. Yes, I do push-ups. I just bought some weights today, 3-pound weights, so I could shadow box and all that shit and work on, my hand speed and all that shit. Just in case it's something I gotta fuck a few people up. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit. I hope I don't have to fucking put my hands on nobody, but I'm from the school of fighting, so it is what it is. So I'm doing shit to work on my hand speed. I got push-up stands. I got resistance cables. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of shit, for that. I'm not trying to do the gym shit. I think the gym is a complete fucking waste of time. That's just for me personally. I think by the time you go to the gym, you could have did a walk or you could have did something in the house. You could have did push-ups. That gym shit be like some show shit. It'd be a lot of fucking gay dudes in the gym. So I ain't trying to fuck with all that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't really with all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So what's up with y'all, man? It's what's up with everybody? Shout out to everybody who subscribed to. Shout out to everybody who's my friend on Instagram. I got Instagram, I got Snapchat, I got Facebook. I'm always on Facebook. I'm on Facebook under my government name, Gregory Lewis. That's my fucking name. I don't hide from it. You know what I'm saying? That's the name of my mama gave me, whatever. It is what it is. I don't hide from my real name. People be like, I just don't allow women to call me my real name. You know what I'm saying? You can't call me my real name unless I fornicate with you. Now that's that Mike Tyson shit. I used to like that shit. Remember that interview with Mike Tyson when he was like, "Are you talking on the turn again?" And he was like, "No, I normally don't talk to women unless I fornicate with them." I thought that shit was funny as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is out of his fucking mind. But I don't let women call me my fucking real name. No, you can't call me my real name. But that Mike Tyson shit was funny. Anybody say that shit wasn't funny, that shit is funny. I think it's some Brooklyn shit though. Just seeing Mike Tyson. Because Mike Tyson used to really be in the street. You know what I'm saying? He knew all the street dudes. Like he really was out there. But I just thought the shit was funny. But I don't like women calling me my real name because that shit is personal. You don't know me like that. You know what I'm saying? If we in a relationship that's different, I don't expect you to call me Doggie or some shit. But be calling me my fucking real name like you know me like that. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit. But Snapchat is fucking weird and shit. Yo, Mike Tyson on that hoverboard, that shit is fucking hilarious, man. Like he just broke his fucking neck. You know what I'm saying? He broke his fucking neck on that shit. Yo, you know what's humbling though? Let me tell y'all some humbling shit. Cause you know, it's really no, it's not official. Cause I'm not gonna answer you if you call me that. Okay. Let me tell y'all some humbling shit. Humbling is being a person, right? I got Snapchat. Everything is Doggy Diamonds. Everything is Doggy Diamonds. Everything is Doggy Diamonds. If you look for Doggy Diamonds, I'm on everything. Not them imposters. Anybody who spelled doggy with a Y is a fucking imposter. Anyway, especially no dudes can't call me by my real name. Listen, if you a dude and you call me by my fucking real name, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to knock the fucking shit out of you in person. Do no men could call me by my real name ever. Even my grandmother calls me dog. And if my grandmother gives me my props, that's it. Because she's the fucking, you know, she's the queen. So if I could have the almighty queen call me dog, my little Zuri calls me dog. Y'all know how I feel about my little Zuri too. So let me show y'all her too. Hold on. You showing pictures. If my little baby calls me dog, then that's it. And she calls me dog. So, and she runs shit. So if she calls me dog, none of y'all stand a chance. Hold on. Y'all got to see my little baby as usual. It's 1,000,001 pictures of her on my Instagram. If that little precious thing calls me dog, then I don't, that's it. She calls me dog. This is one of my favorite people in the world. See? That's my female twin. So if she calls me that, then that's it. She wins. So, peace. Hip Hop News Uncensored. Oh, that's Olga. What's up, Olga? So yeah, I'm just here building and shit. I got some more interviews dropping this week. Oh, me and True Master, we did the music interview. It was important that he did the interview discussing his case because we didn't want to just come back. He didn't want to come back to the scene and do an interview about music and people were like fucking, she ain't getting no damn Easter basket. But we didn't want to come back and just do an interview about music and then people be like, didn't he go to jail for rape? So he wanted to clear his name. Now that he cleared his name, we're gonna get to the music, and the music interview is dope. I got an interview with A Plus. I don't know if y'all remember A Plus. I got some shit coming. Watch. Even though YouTube ain't paying us, but I'm still gonna put the interviews out. But YouTube ain't paying us. I just want everybody to know YouTube is not fucking paying us. Everybody. It's not just me. It's everybody. A lot of people are not making money off YouTube right now. So hopefully that situation gets resolved. Did I hear Troy Ave song? Yes, I heard Troy Ave song going at everybody. Troy Ave has the right to express himself how he wants to. That's his job as a rapper. Is it true or not? I don't know. That's not my place. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a nickel in that quarter. He's a rapper. How do you express yourself? Via rap. You know what I'm saying? You're going to express yourself as a rapper. That's how you express yourself. But that shit is not with his song. I was hoping for, this is what I was hoping for, and I should have did a whole different video with this shit. But I was hoping for, to a certain extent, if I say a peaceful resolve, I don't think that makes any sense. But I was hoping for a dialogue in a lot of situations between Troy Ave and Trife for the love of Banger. But at the same time, I don't know if it's too far gone. And then there's certain things that predate me that's none of my business. So what I wish for and what I want, that shit don't always happen. You know, it's just kind of, you know, it's all unfortunate. Honestly, when we look at when we look at shit for what it is, all right? Let's think about all the parties involved. You got Troy Ave, you got Taxstone, you got Banger, you got Trife, and now you have Casanova, who's a new artist. At the end of the day, honestly, everybody is going to lose in that situation. Taxstone loses freedom. He was rising in the ranks of, you know, this podcasting thing and doing his thing. He loses his freedom. Troy Ave loses his freedom. Banger loses his life. Trife loses a brother. And then Casanova loses a friend in Taxstone and whoever else was his friend and comrades in the situation. So it's like at the end of the day, who really wins? You know what I'm saying? Like, who really wins? Who wins? Nobody wins. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wins in all this shit. Nobody wins. Everybody fucking loses. Everybody loses. And good night. Everybody fucking loses. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, everybody loses. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loses. And when you reflect and you get to the point where, you know, you're violent, because that's all we know. You know what I'm saying? All we know is violence. All we know is what? You understand what I'm saying? That's all we know is what? You know, swing. All we know is what? You know, shoot. That's all we know. You know what I'm saying? That's all we know because we're pushed. You know, for example, when I go through situations and people come on my comments and say certain shit, and it's a particular person that they're, you know, pushing at me, or I say something about a person and then they, you know, it be the fucking people that want to tag me in videos, or this person said this about you. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? The person talks shit about me. I don't give a fuck. But now this what happens. Every video that I put up, somebody is trolling me with this person's name. Every video that I put up, somebody's bringing this person's name up. Oh, you're scared. This, that, and the third. So what happens? Ego, machismo, all this shit comes out. And I'll be like, once and for all, fuck this individual, fuck this person. So what they do, when I say fuck this individual, fuck this person, they take what I said and they go to it. Be the fucking people that be keeping that shit going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And I think we, a lot of times as black men, we're so fucking crushed that all we have is our ego. But we only got that shit against other black men. We don't have that shit against the powers that be. We don't have that shit against, you know, the system of white supremacy. All we fucking have is, you know, this fight. So a lot of times, you know, the shit just goes out of control. And I was talking to Charlemagne recently. Me and Charlemagne was having a talk. And I said, Charlemagne, we have to come up with something that to speak about what role do media play, and what role do media play in a lot of this shit. You know, I think we need to have that open discussion. We need to have an open discussion. What role do we play in this? For example, now I do interviews. You know what I'm saying? I actually go to the source of the person and actually have them come on my platform and speak about whatever. If it's something that's bothering them, something that's not bothering them, something that happened in the past, something that's going on in the future. But you don't have people. I'm a content creator. At this particular time, you don't have many content creators. You have YouTubers. You have people who take every tweet, every Instagram post, and they do commentary and dialogue based off of what's happened, what's happening. So now when Troy Ave makes a diss record, you have 700 YouTube pages coming out saying, yeah, what's up, man? It's your boy such and such. Yeah, Troy Ave just made a diss record going at, and it's like 400 pages of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So now, how could you get away from that shit? So you feel like you have to respond to that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I did the interview with Trife. Trife didn't speak for a year. His brother got killed. He didn't say nothing for damn near a year. He sat there quiet. He didn't say anything, but he felt like he had to speak. Trife hit me and said, yo, I want to talk. I finally want to break my silence. I only feel comfortable doing it with you because you somebody that's respected out here in the street and who I'm going to go to. I can't go to this platform because this platform fuck with this dude. I can't go to this platform because I feel like they're going to censor me. I'm not going to that platform over there because different reasons. I feel comfortable coming to you. So when he comes to me and he speaks, it's like, even if you watch the interview, I'm saying to him, is it a way that you and Troy Ave could speak? Is it a way? And how he answers, that's on him. It's not for me to say he answered the right way or the wrong way. But even within my interview, I'm still saying, is it a way that he could apologize to Mom Duke? Is a way that he could speak to you and resolve the situation? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's what I want for everybody. But again, it's certain shit that predate me. They don't have nothing to do with me because it's shit that they know that I don't know. I'm not in the know of everything. And then you got his side, you got the truth. Everybody believes that they're telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? So to me, honestly, it's an unfortunate situation for everybody because nobody wins in this situation, and a life was lost, freedoms are lost, opportunities is lost, and for what? Because I feel like, for me, I don't feel like I got nothing to prove. People say all types of fuck shit to me every day and say all types of shit in the comments. And I just ignore that shit because at the end of the day, it's a fucking avatar. It's a screen. It's a fucking faceless screen name talking shit. What do you want me to do about that? And all I ever say to people is like, so this is the part where me and you start arguing, right? This is the part where I'm going to get on the fucking YouTube and go back and forth with you in the comments. So this is the part where I'm going to go back and forth with you on Instagram. No, you're not going to get that from me. Go suck your mother, and that's it. I don't want to talk no more. And I have people say, yo, when I see you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to smack the shit out you. And I'll be like, yo, I walk up and down the fucking street every day. Where are these people who's going to fucking do something to me? Where are these people? You're on the internet popping shit, and I don't owe you no explanation. If you don't like what it is I'm doing, if you don't fuck with me, then just don't come on my channel. That's it. I don't beg for people to come on my channel. You know what I'm saying? I have people who be like, yo, I don't fuck with you. Yo, I don't like you. Yo, fine. Listen, I don't like a lot of people. I don't like a lot of shit. It's cool. It does not bother me. I don't give a fuck about who likes me or who don't like me. Well, I give a fuck about who likes me. Let me bring that back. I don't give a fuck about who don't like me. If you don't like me, cool. You know what I'm saying? I have a big family. I have little children who worship me and adore me, and I buy them all types of fucking shit and have fun with them and buy them toys. That's all that mattered to me. The people who matter to me matter to me. The people who come on here and leave positive comments and come into the chat. Even some people who come and leave criticism. Even in criticism, sometimes it could be some truth. So don't think that I don't take the criticism well. I don't take hate well. There's a difference between criticism and hate. Some people are just fucking some people are just fucking haters. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just haters. And I'm going to tell you why people are haters. Some people are haters because you remind them of their failures. Say that to you one more time. Some people hate because you remind them of their failures. For example, everybody aspires to be an entrepreneur. Everybody aspires to get up in the fucking day and not work for the man and do their own thing. And they probably want to do that shit, but they are afraid, or they tried and they failed, and then you achieve and they're like, well, how the fuck did he achieve? How the fuck did he get to do that? So they be mad at you. You know what I'm saying? They be mad like, yo, this motherfucker really chilling and I'm up pushing this fucking mop, or I'm here doing data entry, or I'm here talking about, following guests and all this shit, whatever it is they do. And people be mad at you, you know what I'm saying? Because it looked like, you're chilling, but I got an office space that I pay for. I got fucking microphones. I got equipment that I had to buy. I have to edit my shit. I do a lot of shit to make this shit work. So don't think that because, all right, let's put it all in perspective. I'm not a Caucasian man. I don't have these corporate sponsors. I don't have complex, with all due respect, and I'm not disrespecting nobody. I'm just telling the truth. You have somebody like a DJ Academics who's never, ever put out original content one time and got employed by Complex. He's never put out one piece of original content and got employed by Complex. Salute to that. You know what I'm saying? If that's what they was looking for, cool. But look at somebody like myself who's put out so many motherfucking interviews, you know what I'm saying, for years, but Complex don't hit me up. You understand what I'm saying? Think how crazy that shit is. So that's what I'm saying. I just keep working. I'm not here to complain. I'm not here to tell anybody my woes and my fucking shortcomings or whatever. I just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I just keep it moving because that's really what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Progression. As y'all can see, I'm progressing. I'm doing more. The quality, even though I always felt like I had good quality, it's just certain shit that I'm doing now that you're gonna be like, oh shit, I see where he going with it. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I like talking directly to y'all. I like talking directly to the people. I really don't like doing the live streams too much because, like I said, I think the live streams got kind of watered down and whacked because you got people who well, I wouldn't want a job from Complex. This is the thing about Complex. Complex is an ad agency, so I would want them to service ads for me. You know what I'm saying? I would want them to service ads because that's how we eat, through advertisers. So that's it. But that's it. So I thank y'all for tuning in. I'm about to get the fuck out of here. I need to get a little bit of sleep. As you can see, I got bags under my eyes as usual. That's why I always have on my shades because I work hard. I be having bags under my eyes. I'm not gonna stay here and keep y'all up all fucking night. But I do thank y'all for joining me. If you celebrate Easter, do what you do. If you're gonna have a fucking Easter bonnet on, do what you do. If you're gonna eat some Easter candy, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking with Easter. I'm not eating no Easter candy. I'm not doing none of that shit. But I do say peace to y'all. Salute to y'all for always fucking with me, for always being very, very supportive. And y'all enjoy y'all night. Be safe tomorrow. Whatever you do. I do miss getting fly, going to Coney Island and shit, you know what I'm saying? Fucking with chicks and bagging chicks, you know what I'm saying? Remember, you used to be like, yo, let me get your number, and you write their number on your hand and shit, and you walk home like this and shit. You hope you don't sweat because that number gonna come off. Remember writing numbers on paper bags before phones and shit? That shit was the shit. That's when you felt like you earned that number. Now the new game is, yo, what's your Instagram? You know what I'm saying? Crazy. But man, I can fly every day. That's the easy part. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be fly every day. That ain't about nothing. Oh, next month in May, I have 2 live podcasts. One on the yacht, May 6th, May 21st. I'm back at SOBs. Back at SOBs, May 26th. So for everybody who fucking missed, no, not May 26th, May 21st. May 21st. May 21st. So for everybody who missed my fucking SOBs, last one, make sure you come out May 21st. I'm gonna keep you updated. I'm trying to think of what guests I want to bring through. Tentatively, I have somebody, but I have to have a little discussion with them and really iron it out. So May 21st, May 21st, May 21st, I will be back at SOBs doing a live podcast on the stage. I'm gonna put the video out and show y'all the last one. It definitely was dope. You know, the outfit was crazy. But yo, I do thank y'all for supporting me. Thank y'all for fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Salute y'all. Peace. I'm out of here. Fuck Easter.